Hi, I'm Hilda. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're gonna make Chevapcici or Chevape or Chevap, whatever you call them. They're a little Croatian or Serbian little sausage that you make and grill on the barbecue, or you can cook them in a fry pan. Today we're gonna cook them on the grill. I think I ate 1,000 of these when I was a kid. I grew up in downtown Toronto, and around the corner from me was my best friend Kim. We literally used to yell outside of the bathroom window and communicate with each other. And I would be at Kim's house from the minute it got to be daylight until it was time to go to bed. Kim's mom was the coolest, hippest, most amazing mother I'd ever met in my life. She would always have a cake on her counter. She always invited everybody over to eat, and she made these cevape. It's a Croatian specialty. A lot of the Balkan states have these little sausages. You can make them with beef. You can make them, today I'm gonna make them with beef and pork. You can make them with beef, pork, and lamb, one or all of the above. It comes with just a few ingredients. It's very simple, and you grill them or you can fry them up in a pan. It's a simple little, and they're supposed to be shaped, she always said that it was the size of a finger. So not too big, but you can make them whatever size you like. It's really just like an oblong sausage or an oblong hamburger, if you will. Anyways, they have a few ingredients. Mine today, I'm gonna use the pork, the beef, there's a few cloves of garlic, some paprika. I'm gonna use, she would use sweet, and Teta Mitica, which is Kim's mom, who was like the rock star Martha Stewart that I grew up with. She would use sweet paprika. She would not use hot, but I'm gonna use a combination of hot and sweet. You can use whatever you like. I'm also gonna add a tablespoon of parsley, salt and pepper, and here's another ingredient that is in some recipes, but not in all. You can use baking soda. It makes the meat a little tender, so I like to use it, and a grated onion. I didn't grate the onion because I didn't want to stand here. It's a manual process. Thank you, Peter, who did it so that I didn't have to stand here crying. But it kind of incorporates and dissolves right into the meat when you grate it. And then I'm just going to use a little olive oil on my hands to keep them wet. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to take the ground beef and put it in a bowl. The ground pork also in the bowl. And you can zoom in here if you want to, Peter. I'm going to take the ground onion. It's really just one small onion that's ground up. I have a tablespoon of parsley. And I'm going to use 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. If you just smash them, usually the skins come off. Bit of a pain, in theory. Ah! Okay. Get off my fingers. Oh my gosh, really. We used to cook these at Kim's cottage on Lake Simcoe, Grape Island. Whoop, whoop. Kim, these were awesome. And these are a little more jacked up than Kimmy's mom used to make. Teta Mitica. But I'm gonna make them my own, and you can too. This is just a starting point. You can add what you like, leave out what you don't like. That's the beauty of cooking. So this is just a starting point. Okay. I'm going to use a garlic press today. You can certainly chop it. But I'm trying to get everything very finely minced. Okay, and you can use 4 or 5 cloves of garlic, whatever you like. Some people throw the middle out. I don't. I want all the garlic taste. So I'm just gonna chop it a little finely. And include it. Good. Okay, so we need some paprika or paprika. My parents called it paprika. So I'm going to use a teaspoon, but I'm going to use a half a teaspoon of both. The hot and the sweet. Okay. I'm also going to use 2 teaspoons of baking soda, which is going to tenderize. And I'm going to use a half a teaspoon of salt. This is just kosher salt, and a generous amount of pepper. You can also adjust the seasoning when you're cooking them on the grill. Okay? And I was gonna mix it like a civilized human being with a spatula, but who am I kidding? Your hands are the best. My husband's dying right now. But, I mean, really, it's adding a lot of moisture, the onion, the garlic. There's oodles of flavor in here. Yeah. And see, Big Pete always hates having onion in everything, but it's a must. You can cook these, grill them on the barbecue, or on the grill, as they say in the US, or the Barbie. And there you go, that's pretty much done. Just a nice mince. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands, come right back. We have our meat mixed, and we're gonna start forming our fingers, as Teta Micica would say. You can use wet hands, which will help the meat not stick together, or you can use olive oil. And since I'm a crazy olive oil person, I'm gonna use this Wild Groves, which is a California company that makes a variety of great extra virgin olive oils. This one's a Koroniki, which is a Greek varietal. If I had a Croatian variety, I would use it here. There's some great extra virgin olive oil being produced in Istria. But I'm gonna use olive oil in my hands, just so that it's easy to form. And you know, you make these as the size you want. The first will be a bit wonky because I got a lot of oil on my hands, and then we'll fix them afterwards. Our cevape or chevapcici are completed. They're supposed to look like little fingers, not my finger, but Peter, stick your finger right here. I don't know if I can reach. More like Peter's fingers. So somebody's finger is that big. Anyways, like I said, I made a few changes to the ones I tried when I was growing up. But now we're going to take them to the grill. Actually, I'm gonna put them in the fridge while the grill is heating up. Ideally, you would wanna use charcoal and a little tiny hibachi where you're sitting, crouching down and grilling them, but I'm gonna use the propane barbecue that I have. So we're gonna put them in the fridge, we're gonna heat up the grill, and we'll be right back. There's the sound you want. If you leave them in the fridge for a bit, they get a little more set. I told you, Teta Micica would not be grilling on a propane grill. We'd be on the ground, squatting down on a little hibachi. I can still see my friend Martin cooking. Yoi Micica! We never have enough. And we'll just keep cooking these. They take a few minutes. Obviously, they're very small. A couple minutes on each side. right, so I just keep turning them. You can either, I like to use the spatula, it just kind of moves them along. But you can use tongs, whatever you prefer. A few more minutes. Okay, these are looking great. Look at them. Come on in. Have a look. You just kind of roll them along and they just cook perfectly. Delicious. You can squeeze on a bit of lemon. In Serbia, they make a sauce called Ivar, which is a red pepper kind of condiment. And you can put them in a wrap. You can put them on a salad. They're great. Just a simple street food. All right, so we're gonna take them inside. I'm gonna make a quick salad and we're gonna eat these. Okay, so we finished our Chevapcici. They look terrific. This would probably be enough for, you know, Kim and I, because we could eat the whole thing. I'm just gonna make a quick salad. You could actually use them in a wrap. You could use them with, they'd be great with tzatziki sauce. I'm just gonna do a quick salad. So I have just some cucumber, some tomato, a few little multicolored peppers. I'm just gonna finish this off and we're gonna do a simple, Teta Mitica would always do a simple salad with vinegar. She would use red wine vinegar and she would use she would probably, I don't know, she might use sunflower oil, but I always use olive oil. So just like I said, it's a simple salad. I'm going to use just a good drizzle, a good glug of olive oil. And I have a white balsamic. I have a white balsamic from Wild Groves as well. A little salt, a little pepper, and let me get something to mix it with. And that's it. I mean, the simplest lunch, right? And if you were at Teta Mitica's house or Tsitsi's house, you'd have a big salad with a big pile of onions. There you go. And that's my Croatian Chevapcici. Where there is food, there is Luna. Are you here for food? Are you a good girl? Oh. Okay, we're gonna try one of these. I'm just gonna take one, have a little bite. Simple, delicious. The bite of, you have that distinct taste of onion, a little bit of paprika, garlic. They're great. They're moist. I really think that the baking soda adds a little bit more tenderness to it. They're juicy, they're delicious, and with a salad, they make a perfect lunch. Try these. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time in my kitchen. Today we're gonna make a great Chevapcici from what? What don't you like? What? Mr. Fun. Ready?
All right, I'm recording.
Are you zoomed in?
I can.
Are you zoomed in?
Start out here and zoom in.
Just zoom in.